My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
This episode is powered by Poddex.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm. Good day, good day, good day. How are you today? So, someone had approached me about my episode about betting against the house, right? And putting all their chips into the middle of the table. And so, here's what I gathered from that question. This particular conversation. I won't go deep into it. I'm not trying to put anybody on blast or anything like that. But one of the things I had mentioned, I had asked was, what are you afraid of? To be honest. So, for myself, one of the things that I'm afraid of when it comes to, let's say, real gambling, if you will, I don't want to lose my money, especially my hard-earned money, on something that is a probability, where I probably will not see, in my opinion, the benefits or the realization of what I'm looking for. So when I talk about betting on myself, because if you think about it, you have, let's say, a 1 in 2 chance of winning. Now, of course, depending on what you're playing, let's say, for an example, if you're playing a slot machine, you have 1 in X amount of odds to hit, whatever that is, the 777s or whatever it is, jackpot, whatever it is, versus all the other combinations that could be within that particular machine. Some has only 3 options. Some has for you to win. Some of them I've seen as many as almost 20 options, which is really crazy. So you think that, hey, if my odds of winning are higher, being all diagonal and everything else, then hey, I'm going to bet money, right? And then some people say, hey, well, I have a 1 in 3 chance of winning, but then if you come up and it has no combination, even in those 3 options, what is that chance of you winning anything? And so I recall a couple months ago where the wife and I, we were, about a year ago now, we were in a casino, and we weren't in there to be serious. We just walked threw a little coins in or whatever. So out of, I would say, the $17 that we put in, and we remember because we have the receipt and everything else, out of that, you know how you put money in, you get some money back, or you cash out, you get your tickets. Well, I just looked at the tickets the other day. One of them was for 56 cents and one was for 37 cents, I believe. And that's from the slot machines. So again, for me, I'm wasting more money than I'm getting back. So for my opinion, for my personal, I would rather bet on myself because I can control that a little bit more than I can by betting on a machine to make me an instant millionaire. It's a little easier for me to go and speak to someone to say, hey, I could do this, you could do that, we can barter, whatever the situation is, and I know what my skill level is, what I can or can't do. Am I willing to learn a situation? Am I willing to grow from it? What is it am I willing to do to make things happen? Again, I just talked to you about also how people, you have a choice, whether you try and worry about money, power, influence, whatever it is. There's a number of ways of winning, right? Because in those situations, you can network and you can increase your odds of becoming a winner by networking, putting your face into place, just by being in the market, talking to someone across the produce aisle, to being in a restaurant, overhearing a conversation. You know, it doesn't matter what the situation is. You have an option to change your trajectory by talking to people and controlling your odds more than you do by spending money in a place where your opportunities are not so broad. To me, not so hopeful. Again, this is on my own experiences. I have never, ever won, I don't care what the situation is, in the gambling space. Now, some people, you might be lucky, right? You know, you might be in a space where, you know, you can make things happen and you know, one flick of the machine, I mean, you could win 6,000 here, 5,000 there, things like that. I have not been that lucky. I know people that have won playing the lottery and things like that. I'm not that lucky. So in this situation, is either I'm a bet on myself or I'm going to just take what life has given me. And I chose to bet on myself. So how many of you today are betting on yourselves that, you know, you can make the change? Now, again, some of us have that go get it mentality that I'm going to step on people, which I don't think is always right. I think that you can do it still with integrity, having morals, things like that. You can. It's out there. The opportunities are endless. But, you know, but you have to do it for you and not for anyone else. And the quick get rich quick opportunities, they're not for everyone. You know, you wonder how in the world does the lottery become, you know, anywhere between 9 and 10 figures large, because you have so many people investing in it that they're trying to get the big money. People are trying to get that, you know, I really want to win this money. And then even when they win, they're not managing it correctly in some cases. I mean, it's a whole lot of YouTube videos where they show people are not, even when they are winning like that, they're not winning in the way that they prefer or being able to experience it. They can go on cruises and get cars and houses and things like that. And then 5 short years later, they realize, oh, wow, I'm broke again. Well, I had a good 5-year run. But how do you prepare yourself, as we talked about in the past, how do you prepare yourself to be in that position? Sometimes the slow and steady the slow and steady pace will prepare you for whatever is coming your way. Now, sometimes, your sheer excitement and adrenaline, you be like, hey, I have, $18 million. What am I going to do with it? Because you've made it, somehow, some way, maybe someone gave you a check. You got the biggest client ever and you got a real big check. How do you spend it? What do you do? Whatever. Well, when you pay attention to that, are you prepared to handle that? But here's what happened, though. You bet it on yourself to get to that point. You can still make it. You can still have it done. You can get to your dreams, your wishes. Again, you betting on yourself to again network, to educate, and to understand what it takes to be where you want to be. So I still believe that you should bet on yourself. That particular individual who was asking and talking about it, again, for me personally, I don't want to put all my chips on the literal gambling table. I'd rather put it on the table in order for me to make things happen. So hopefully this helps you out today. Hopefully you've gotten a little bit more information, how you should move yourself, and how to encourage those that are around you to do very similarly. And maybe if those people do not have the same mindset as you, maybe you should put yourself in that position. Talk to you later.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.